that we're ready to rock and roll. Again, you're with Jamie Flynn, Coach Flynn, Belgium. I work with the U15 and U12 national teams here in Belgium for baseball. And today I have the honor of calling Game 2 this weekend between Borgerhout Squirrels and Merchtem Cats. As we move over to the lineup for the Borgerhout Squirrels, the host team. Batting first for Borgerhout, playing second base, is Sander de Sadelier. Batting second, playing first base, Matthias Groop. Batting third, the shortstop, Tim Verhachtert. Batting fourth, playing third, Cedric Van Demspel. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Nick Vantillo. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Tim Van Hale. The DH for today, they do have one for Borgerhout, batting in the 7th hole, is Nestor Aaron Solis Vinnegroot. The 8th batter is also playing left field. That's Steph Romans. And rounding out the lineup, doing the catching for the host, Borgerhout Squirrels, Niels Imbert. There's the 2-1, a runner call, but Huber is not moving. He's back as Niels Imbert throws down to first base. And then also Coach Frank to do the coaching for the Cats. Young team, as this ball's lifted into left. Towards the center side, the two are coming together. Communication seems to be fine. It's going to be far enough, by far, to plate our first run of the ball game. And what we have now is 1-0 in the top of the first via the sacrifice fly. And now Olila is in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The runner on first base here. Early baseball in Borgerhout, home of the Squirrels. And that will be strike 3. A Bayou fastball from Gambara to get his first strikeout of the day. To Robin Rains. As he grounds one to the right side now here, easy for the Sadelier. And the side is retired with a 4-3 putouts. That's it. The Sadelier is not a big strikeout guy, so this is an interesting pitch here. He strikes out less than 10% of the time, which is a great thing to have with your leadoff, seeing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitches in an at-bat, being able to take that information back into the dugout. Something very important is obviously why Coach Gantier would like to have him leading off as much as possible. 2-2 is a curveball. It's lifted into the triangle into right field between the center fielder who takes control, Van Drogenbroek. Ball is easily caught for the out. And the Cree, 1-1 count. And this ball hits Group on the inside, a fastball that looks to run a little to the arm side of Olila. And thus, a hit by pitch sends Borgerhout's first runner to the bases. Since the creation of Borgerhout Squirrels, not many men as influential, as Tim does get a hold of one towards the left center gap on the first pitch for an F7, but a louder out from Tim on the first pitch, hunting it clearly. As the pitch is now delivered, the 2-1 is now fouled back again to arrive at a 2-2 count on Van Despel. Cedric, as I mentioned, near the top of the leaderboards for Borgerhout every year, and a sure thing at third base for the Squirrels, year in and year out. This one is laced over the shortstop head. It is in the gap, so we're going to get a first to third here. We're going to try to score. It gets past the center fielder, so it'll be 2 for Cedric, and it'll be, for now, an unearned run. And back to a tie ball game. Situation is we have a balk here. The American imports out of California does balk over to third. Hopefully that will not be hurting him anytime soon. Runner is now on third. That invites the pass ball. That invites the wild pitch, as we do have a conference on the mound. I think probably a question as to what happened with the balk call. I think both umpires were on the same page for that, which generally means that the balk is merited. Turned into an outfielder and quite a solid hitter for the Borgerhout Squirrels since taking that role here in the Antwerp region, as he does lift one to left center. It looks like it's going to get down. Center fielder Van Drogenbroek is on it, makes an amazing, outstanding sliding catch in center. Andrew Machado out, but Van Drogenbroek is down next to the fence. The 2-2 delivery now on its way. It's a fastball, and it is a fastball blown by the 7-batter basements. 4 strikeout, number 2 on the day for Kambara. Here's a high and inside fastball, well used by Kambara. Climbs the ladder, finds his 2nd strikeout in the inning, and his 3 in 2 innings. As this curveball is hitting a number 25 up the middle for him, and the runner is stopped at third base. Batter's box right now with the bases loaded situation, 2 outs. You love these things for young hitters. And a good situation for the Squirrels as a defense. This ball is again laced up the middle. Is it going to be made? No, it's not. The play is not. It's looking like there's going to be action at home plate. Oh, nobody reads it. The catcher missed it. Invert did not see it coming over the first baseman's head. Matthias Group, and the ball skips away. Good backing up by the Japanese pitcher Kambara, but 2 runs plated for the Merchtem Cats from Owen Van Drogenbroek. Back to 0-2, and 0-2 is now 0-3. The 4th strikeout for Kambara on the afternoon against the Borgerhout Squirrels, should be said. As this ball's drifted into left field, off the bat of number 24, the right fielder Timon Vanillo, switch hitter for the Borgerhout Squirrels, batting left-handed against the right-hander Olilla. 5 for 6 on the season, so not a huge sample size. But he's swinging at the first pitch, and it is ground ball to Baroa, and it's looking like it's going to be a double play. The Merchtem Cats score it. An easy 4-6-3 double play. And that is a pitcher's best friend, folks. The 4-6-3, and Stefan Romans stepping to the plate, takes the ball outside to even the count at 1-1. This one is grounded up the middle to the all but perfect Rusty Huber. It's very close, though. There's reaching in this early ball game. And it is. It's going to be at least a double down the left field line for Olilla, the pitcher. And it's a curveball offered on and missed. First base occupied. So the ball did pop out of Niels Embert's glove behind home plate. But with less than 2 outs, the batter is retired. Up there regardless. Merchtem have to be happy about that against an import, as this ball takes a wicked hop immediately. However, our second 4-6-3. Another first pitch swing. Rusty Huber stretches to his right side. What an arm, what a throw, what a player. Curious about my ice cream quest. Well, I was peer pressured into getting an ice cream. So I have vanilla or pistachio on the way, and this looks like to be a hit on the way for the Borgerhout Squirrels and their 2-hole hitter, number 23, first baseman Matthias Group. Kind of shored up the shortstop position for the Squirrels as he does hit a soft one to the left side. The play could be at second. It's not. Tim, not a slow runner, not a fast one, but again, Rusty Huber easily retires him with his arm at second base there. Batter for the Cats steps to the plate, the right fielder Tim van der Boort. He squares around the bunt. He lays down a nice one, a little too hard towards Cedric Van Dempspoel. Good footwork at first base. The ball caught outside of the foul line. Outstanding footwork. I'm going to have to ask Matthias if he is a dancer later on, because he does a great job of moving his feet over. Right foot on the bag in foul territory. Umpire first base, umpire Andrew Machado locked in, making the call out at first base. but he does ground one up the middle, and he is lightning fast. However, it's to the right side of the second base, fielded by the second baseman. For 2 outs, and now back to the leadoff man, the big guy with 18 RBIs on the season, leading the Belgian league, Rusty Huber. And he lines one right back at the pitcher, and an outstanding catch, as you can maybe hear from the supporters around. Last inning, that was a very, very quick bottom of the third from the Squirrels, and then an even quicker one from the Cats, as this one is another first pitch, hits. I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but this one over towards the third baseman, and we have a 5-3 put out to start. Before Zach Olillo's trying to get another clean inning, and he is going to get one. It gets a PFP, a pitcher's fielding practice, but in a game, right back at him. Sometimes, as Arno's shaking his head left and right. No. A very youth-based and growth-oriented club, many young arms and young players on the field. As Olilla does get a drop third strike, but again, first base occupied. It looks like a change-up there. Robin Rains, the third baseman, made a nice play last inning. Steps to the plate, and he dribbles one towards Tim Verhachtert, and Tim does get rid of it, and it's an amazing pick off the lip of the grass from Matthias Group. This one, his first baseman comp, that's one of the tougher picks I've seen in a long time. Rounded into a double play as last time. Grounds again towards Rusty Huberton. Well, not much running from Bennergoods, as he does not even get to the lip of the grass before Rusty throws him out. In that statistic for the Squirrels, as Reynolds does run it as a curveball, so no chance for Aaron Mertz. Sailing to the right side of the base anyway. Should be back to our normal standard right now. The runner on second and a fly ball in the infield, plenty of wind, so Rusty is going to take charge. 1-1 pitch is laced too high and too much in this wind that we have going on here in Borgerhout, to the delight of the Maritime Cats. Naoki Kambara will come back out for his 6th inning of work here shortly, and we will take a short break. Right back with you here in Borgerhout, the host of the pool action in September for Euro Baseball 2025. And this one is grounded to Tim Verhachtert, and it's a high throw, but a really, really poor bit of running from Aaron Mertz. The Cats back up here in Antwerp for game 2 this afternoon, leading so far. And a 2-2 count here to KBBSF. How does Yannick Gontier find a way to hold Maritime here in this half inning, but then produce a little bit? This ball gets away from Inberts. No chance. So some RBI time for Van der Bortz, who has a double in 25 at-bats. Mostly playing left field for the Cats. He's in right today. He is the strikeout leader for the Cats, but it was a 3-1 count and thus walks. Over 100 pitches now for Naoki Kamabara. Naoki. 38 ground balls and 29 fly balls coming into the game today. Third baseman about a step and a half, 2 steps to his left, just off the corner of the base. No needed the double play on that pitch. It is strikeout number 8 for Naoki Kabata. And the big question will be, how much do you extend him outside of 100 pitches? He's now at 108 pitches to go along with his 8 strikeouts. And here's danger man Rusty Huber to the plates. Helps with softball, helps with youth at Merchtem Cats. A huge reason why a lot of imports are brought in to the country. And he chops one to the left side. It's going to be a tag play, easily made. Longtime champions, few years champions here. This one's bobbled at third. Couldn't quite get in a ground ball position. Rachtert, we already discussed, is playing in this game. Flores Denisbeck. So this ball is way too far inside. A hit by pitch moves runners up 1 base, and the batter runner, of course, to first base. And now some threatening situation ahead do the Borgerhout Squirrels have. Watching the top team play as this ball is crushed to left field. Absolutely belted. Nick Vantillo. That's the swing that the Squirrels have been waiting for. And that's where some free bases come back to haunt you for the Merchtem Cats. And the score, or the result as it is for the moment, is now switched into the favor of the home dugout at first base. 4-3 Borgerhout against the Merchtem Cats. Nick Vantillo, the home run, plating 3 with 1 out in the bottom half of the 6th inning. You can feel the energy from Squirrels is now, or the energy for the entire game is now back into the Squirrels dugouts. A 3-run home run from Vantillo, a big one as far as this Division I matchup is concerned. Want to keep that energy in our dugouts. It's a little bit flat from Hoboken for the time being, as this one is smothered at first base. Good PFP from Olilla. He misses first base. He misses first base. Machado right over at the umpire down the line. Should be an error from the first baseman. Nestor Aaron Benagotes, 5 for 8 on the year now. Pickoff is by the first baseman. There's a chance. A good throw from the coach is a tag. It's through again. Everybody's back. A couple of small bumps and bruises today here at Borgerhout Squirrels, host of 2025's edition of Euro Baseball. D-Pool in September. And today, Division I baseball in Belgium. But nobody hurts. Everybody's still in the game. No changes yet. As the batter squares around a bunt with 1 out. U15 baseball for Belgium, national teams. All of them, as this one's chopped to the left side. Looks to be an easy throw. It's not. It's by the first baseman, and there's obstruction there. There's an obstruction call as the run is plated for Borgerhout, so they'll go up 5-3. This one's lifted into left, and Rusty Huber goes out, and the left fielder does not take priority. Rusty makes the catch to end the 6th, but not before the damage was done via the bat of Nick Vantillo. It is the day's end for Naoki Kambara with 110 pitches. And as was previewed, at least by myself and by what happened last Sunday for the Borgerhout Squirrels, We now have Matas Sergadas. Und Drugenbrook, a nice take there, a high one. Walks, his second walk of the day. And that will help. That's a ball driven to right center field. Well played by the center fielder, Vanillo. Do something to get the Cats back into this one. As the ball kicks away from the catcher, it's going to be a pass ball all the way towards the backstop. A high fastball, certainly a missed spot by the pitcher, but something that was catchable in my eyes. This is a called strike 3 curveball. Olilla did not like it. Always interesting to see the pitcher hitting and then being frustrated about the strike zone. But this one for me caught that outside upper corner. And Coach Ken Macri, umpire Ken Macri obliged on the strike 3 call. And then we have an out here as the ball's laced in. What a play by Tim Baraktiv. He's going to make the out at first. What a play. The run does score because the ball was dropped on the transfer at first base, says first base umpire Andrew Machado. It's going to be argued by third base coach Nick van de Voort about the transfer, but there is a run that's going to be scored regardless. So there will be a run scored on the RBI from Ruben Reigns, but for the moment, and they're not going to change the call, so it's not for the moment. It's what it is. It's a 6-3 ground out, and the infield was played in there. Wasn't able to mention to you sooner, but they were played in with the tight ball game. The game's now tighter with a 4-3 score in favor of the hosts. But Tim Baraktiv made an outstanding nab and grabbed the baseball after its bounce. Threw a strike over to first, the low one, caught by Mateus Group. But then Mateus was looking home because the runner moved after the throw, and he dropped it on the ground, so the run was scored. No error, no nothing going on there. The run scored, the run plated. And they're going to get potentially another one here as there's a diving catch. They are not. An outstanding golden star in left field. Steph Roymans flying, diving right next to the airport to make the catch to end the 7th inning. Five to 4 here as Borgerhout tried to plate a few more runs against the pitcher Rusty Hubert, and he comes right in, Rusty Hubert, with strike 1. And here's a contact as we see very often from Sander de Sadelier. Excellent action here in Borgerhout. A much closer game than yesterday, as to be expected with imports on the mound. Foreign pitchers, as this one's outside, delivered by Rusty Hubert. As Rusty Hubert issues his first walk of the game, a 4-pitch walk. And he strikes out Tim Baraktiv on 3 pitches after issuing a 4-pitch walk. We are back to a full count from Rusty Hubert, and Cedric makes that contact. It's looped in the left, and it's a choice that maybe Lico Basemans will regret later because he came in diving for it with the runner on first. Vanillo up for the 4th time. He's the on-base percentage leader of the team. As this one gets through up the middle, so it's opening up a little bit, and Rusty Hubert is not able to find a glove of an infielder via the bat of one of the Borgerhout batters. Switch hitting outfielder who has not had too much success at the plate today is up against Rusty Hubert. Nick Vanillo takes off. Aaron Merritt, a good throw on line, on strike, directly at his shortstop, and again, a shortstop for the Cats not able to collect it. It's a great throw from Aaron Merritt. It would have been a bang-bang play. Back to 2-2. This one is fisted to the left side and caught. Not enough oomph on that one from Van Gil. Matas Sigurdas coming out for his 2nd inning of work in relief, who's been solid for Borgerhout. We'll bring you that action as we get to the top of the 8th inning. after his warm-up pitches. We're 2 innings away from an important win for one of these teams in Belgium. 5 hits in total, producing 4 runs. This one is lifted to the right side. It's going to be caught. Oh, it's going to be dropping and foul. It's dropping foul. So Leko Besmans gets a second life here with the ball not being caught, and we're at a full count. And strike 3 on the outside corner, says Ken McCree. And now there's 5 outs left for the Cats. Could be quickly 4. Sander, the satellite, receives Tom van der Bort's ground ball. 4-3 scored in the book. Ball is again fouled down the right field line. Van Hill is not going to have any place. He did sprint that time getting there. Hoping to get a couple other practice test match here in the coming weeks as Almante Beroa is hit by a pitch. 1 strike to Rusty Hoover. And he laces one into the gap and right. Is it going to get down? It is not. Timon Van Hill. Glove on his right hand. If it's on his left, not sure he makes that catch. But he made it like he's made it a million times before. Pinch hitter Brian Otto will lead off for the Borgerhout Squirrels. And Huber is going to get him swinging. He called it a swing. The home plate umpire loves it here at Borgerhout. Hopes to get his bat going. That's one way not to do it. A 6-3 chopper. Catching is a defensive position. It's a position where you got to do the job on the field defensively, and anything extra like that, a hit by pitch. 3 times F8, and there is the runner. Aaron Merritt did take a little bit longer. Did take a little bit longer to get rid of it. Not sure what happened. Looking to try to go up 8-4 here. It's 7-4. This one's at Almanto Baroa. Fields it cleanly. Ken Macri behind the plates, and Andrew Machado. There's Owen van Drugenbroek. Continues his hitting ways, and it's a base hit to the left side. Bit of a different arm action fastball from Sigurdas compared to his teammates. Naoki Kamabara, who started through 6 innings, 4 hit ball, 2 earned, walked 7, struck out 8, lowered his ERA to 4. And Prieto goes down 18-4. And here's a fastball outside called. Cat's not too happy about that call. So we're down to our final out here, potentially for the Maritime Cats, and it looks like it's going to be. This is a fly ball to Sander the Satellite, who gets behind it, and the handshakes can begin. Tough loss for the Maritime Cats. 2 on the weekend, pushing their season record to 5-7, just on the outside looking in on what will look like, and we don't write it off until it's finished, but over in the 9th inning, a 7-run lead, Brascott should drop to 5-7. And that pushes Borgerhout up into 3rd place at 8-4, behind what will be a 9-1 Durn Spartans and a 12-0 Hoboken Pioneers. The handshakes commence on the field here. A competitive game for most of it. But Nick Vantillo, 3-run home run. Switched the script and put Borgerhout Squirrels ahead, and they did not look back, adding a few more runs after that sprinkled in, as the supporters are applauded, as competition for today comes to an end.
Nick.
Thank you.
Just gonna wait for Arno. He's kind of the boss on the on doing that, and then we can get moving. We're live. Oh, perfect. So then we get to introduce everybody. So everybody, we have Nick Vantillo today. Who Nick? I think you really flipped the game on the head. The team was battling. The energy level was not maybe as high as possible, but then when you hit a bang like that and flip the script and flip the score, that's got to be a good feeling. No?
Yeah, definitely feels good. It changed the game, and yeah, credit to the pitcher. They were busting me in all weekend, so I was just kind of looking there on the inside part, made a mistake, and went over the fence, put a good swing on it.
Yeah, a really good swing. I mean, from us back here, it looked like it was going out for sure. And I love that you went a little bit into your mentality with, thinking that they've been coming inside on you a lot and they leave one a little bit more over the plate. Has that kind of been an approach that you have, or is it more of a week in and week out type of thing for you? That you made an adjustment. Obviously, with the experience that you have, you're able to make those adjustments, I'm very sure. But was that more of, have they been busting you in all year, or is that more of just a weekend adjustment that you already made?
This is more of like a pitcher-to-pitcher adjustment. Like every game is different and every pitcher is different, but in some moments you gotta have a feel for the game and kind of look ahead and think ahead. That's what I try to do at the plate. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And you're doing a great job in developing some young players around the country based on your experience that you've had by playing in the States. Haven't seen you pitching too much. Is that something that's is interesting for you that you want to get back on the mound with if the team needs it at some point, or are you enjoying playing in the outfield?
I enjoy playing in the outfield. Actually, I can't get on the mound at the moment. I'm dealing with the forearm issue, so it keeps hurting. So can't pitch if it hurts.
Yes, but you're doing a great job in center field, and I mean, a home run and 4 RBIs. That's a great way to get the team going, especially with what your team goal is. And now, if I understand it, it's being in the top 4. How do you think that these last couple of results, last weekend against Langezaal, against this team in Cats that are right there below you guys, how does that set you guys up for what your goals are as a team moving forward?
Yeah, those are big games. They're tough games. You see every weekend we had a battle. We need everybody on the team. Yeah, it's a grind. A lot of good imports in the league, so yeah, got to be ready every weekend, and we are. And going forward, it feels good for us. We're kind of in a better spot now that we've gone 6 for 6 the last weeks, and yeah, we're looking at that third spot right now, and that's our goal, and we keep moving forward.
Well, you're right in that third spot right now, Nick, and that's got to be a great feeling. As long as the score ends up finishing in Prescott, you guys remain in that third spot, which is awesome. Congratulations for that. Continued good work to you, the team, what you're doing with the youth guys in the country, and I hope we can talk again soon. Thank you for sitting down. I'm excited to hear from your coach what his feeling is about Squirrels and what Squirrels are going to be doing here with Euro Baseball. Will you be around? You're going to be around during the week.
Yeah,
during September.
Yeah, I hope so. I told Marquez, the coach, I'm available for the national team. They made some changes there where I had a different mentality about, but now I see the way they gonna structure the team is really really well. There's a good preseason, good practices, so it's all organized very well. So that's excited to look forward to. There's a lot of good guys also in the league and in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So competing for outfield spot. I hope I make it. So yeah, it's fair chance for everybody. That's how they're doing it this year. So I hope they keep true to their word, and yeah, look forward to September.
Me too. Good luck for you personally and from a team basis. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. We'll be right back shortly with you for our interview with the man of the moment and the man of, well, what will be September, and that's Coach Yannick Gontier. And we'll not be right back. He's already here. Yannick, sorry. See you there. Thank you for joining. Yannick, the team put together a good game. Winning teams find a way to grind out games. Nick used the right word. How did you feel that the dugout was today? How did you feel that the atmosphere was when they did what you did in a smaller version yesterday, which is you guys put up 13 in the first 2 innings, but they went out to a 3-1 lead early. How did you feel the team's atmosphere was?
We have it difficult to be enthusiastic during the whole game, I feel. But the home run from Nick changed the mentality of the dugout. Sometimes the guys act like we're going to win anyways. So that's something we need to work on, the whole team. But they understand how important it is to have the good mentality to win these games, because they're important games for us.
I said it on the broadcast over and over again, Yannick. I said, a lot of people watching. It's a beautiful game, and it's awesome that we're able to stream some Division One baseball into, which we'll talk about in a minute, Euro 2025, Euro Baseball 2025. But that's a really big couple of weekends, and even a big game today with where the standings are.
Yep.
And you guys getting that done must feel really important for your coaching staff.
Yes. I gave them the task to win 8-8, so we're not 6-6. So if they do it next week and they win 2 more, then we're where we're supposed to be. So yes, we're doing good. Coach is happy about it. Team is happy. Everybody, even the guys who don't get a lot of playing time, are cheering for boys. So yeah.
Good team spirit in there.
Yeah,
That's that you can say.
absolutely, yeah.
Well, Yannick, I can talk to you all day about what you're doing, good things around just Borgerhout in general, but also your involvement with the youth and how you're doing that. And you hosted here an event a couple of weeks ago with the youth national teams, U15 and U12, and you were able to help with that. And all of these little events are preparing for the big one in September. So let's get to that. Euro Baseball 2025, here with the D pool, Belgium, 3 other countries. How are you feeling about it?
Oh, we're very excited to be the host of this pool in the European tournament. We're working hard to get everything done and prepared because a lot of things need to happen. But I feel it's going to be a good tournament, and let's hope the Belgian guys can get that first spot.
It's a step in the right direction. And you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I know the first was that they had their first team practice outdoor here last week. Did this go well?
Yes, I saw a lot of guys present at practice. The guys love the field here. So yeah, I think they're excited to come and play here.
Yeah, I would hope to be. I mean, playing for your country is something that's you should never take for granted, right? So when you're wearing the flag on your uniform, on your hat, that's things that's absolutely you should be very proud to do, and especially be able to do that in your home country. Credit to you with Borgerhout being able to host that event and to do it. And so what is a successful event for you look like when we have that? Other than the Red Hawks having some success, what does that look like for your club?
For the club, it's gonna be if everything runs smooth. Of course, that's important. But also, if you get some crowd in the stands, and also new people.
Yeah.
If you can have a lot of new people, people who are involved in the baseball world right now, let them meet baseball at the highest level, and hopefully it catches on and clubs get members out of it.
Yeah, that's why I really like working with you guys at Borgerhout and being around here whenever I can. Is I think that's the right mentality for our sport where we're at in Belgium. And it's very, very important that we continue to find a way having that mentality and working together. And I think whether you have kids from the southern part of the country coming up to watch, the east, the west, the north, whatever it is, that's a positive thing for Belgian baseball.
As much as possible. It's going to be a good atmosphere, I think. And if we can have some press here, so we can have news coverage and new people discovering this beautiful sport, then every club in Belgium can benefit from it.
And we're going to do our best on the booth side here to try to make sure that you get some great calls, some great moments, some good replays, things like that we can drive not only for the WBSC but also for Belgian baseball and Squirrels, be able to drive a little bit of the traffic in the right direction for that. My final question for you is, again, I back from Borgerhout coach to your role as being the host here, is kind of mixing the two. Your players that are, and of course you have Coach Martin Langezaal, who's a part of Belgian Federation, doing that and involved with that. So his place will be there and involved. Same for Coach Tim Verachtert. He's going to be involved at first base. How are you feeling about your players with Squirrels, with their motivation level and how they're trying to perform to make the team?
I love it. Guys like Sam Boermans, he actually quit the national team last year, the year before. He was done playing. You can do coaching staff. The fact that they're gonna play here, they decided to try to get back in the team. So I'm looking forward to seeing the guys play in the Red Hawks uniform and our work with.
Yeah, and that's got to be a top feeling as a coach and a guy who's so integrated into everything that you do here at Borgerhout. So I wish you guys the ultimate success. I hope that Arno and Joran and myself will be able to come back up and have a couple of more games before we get started. Still plenty of things to perfect from our side. But as always, the most amicable hosts that we can have here at Borgerhout. Thank you very much, and good success going for eight of eight next week with your club team. Thank you very much, Yannick.
Thank you
Yes.
for the broadcasting.
Very welcome. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. For us here with myself is Jamie Flynn with Arno Verweken and Joran from the WBSC. Thank you guys for being a part of our broadcast today. I feel like we got a 7 out of 10 going there. We're going to get a 10 out of 10 as we get closer to all of our games here for Belgian baseball and for the WBSC with Euro Baseball 2025. Please make sure you stay alert on all socials surrounding Belgian baseball. And what we do is we try to bring more working games to you, more practice games for myself, for our staff, and for everybody here involved at Borgerhout. Thank you guys for being on board with us. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays and get ready for another beautiful week of Belgian baseball next week. We'll see you next time. I'm Jamie Flynn signing off.